Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, come on in. It is time for Forward Friday. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, everybody. It is time for another episode of Forward Friday. Good morning, good morning. Come on in. Come on in, come on in. We're not going to be on here long today, but come on in. You got this. Come on in, y'all. Invite somebody in for these business tips, tools, and techniques, y'all. Today is Friday. I am super duper excited to have you join me today. So come on in, come on in. Invite 3 friends, y'all. Come on in, y'all. You got this. Come on in, y'all. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Invite somebody. And if you're joining me over on Twitter, hello, thank you. Come on in, come on in. You got this, you got this. Hey, y'all, come on in. It is time for another episode of Forward Friday, and I am super duper excited to have you in here with me, y'all. Today, we're talking about business plans. Oh my gosh, who has a business plan? If you don't have one, shame on you. You need one, okay? You really do. You need one. I was trying to pull up a business plan resource, but I will pin it in the comments later after the show is over. But come on in, y'all. It is time for us to jump into our Forward Friday. So I'm going to share with my people. You share with your people, y'all. And this is just all about helping people, trying to get everybody up to a different level this season. And so come on in. We want everybody to get to that next level in their business, y'all. So that's what we're about. We're just about helping people in their businesses and moving up and becoming everything that they desire to be when it comes to their business. Okay, you guys. So come on in and come on in, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Y'all, I'm sharing it to my groups and stuff so everybody can get the information, and I'm sharing it with all of my chats and things, y'all. So good morning. Good morning. So let me get it here. Hey, and make sure you invite somebody, y'all. You never know what somebody may need when it comes to their business. It's rough already, y'all. It's rough and it's tough doing business out here in these streets. So invite somebody. Invite like 3 of your friends. Tag 3 of your friends in the comments. And if they come in, cool. If they don't, they can't say you didn't invite them. But we're going to get into it, y'all. So we're not over here long today, because there is things to be done on a Friday. But I thank you for joining me over here. If you're joining me, hello, Bishop. I see you, sir. I see you, or should I say Apostle? I don't want to say the wrong thing, sir. Good morning. Hey, Maria. Hello. Invite 3 of your friends so we can talk about these business plans and why you need one, y'all. It is so imperative when you are doing business that you have a business plan. I mean, even if it's just on a napkin, you need to have your business plan together. You can't effectively and efficiently do business without some sort of blueprint of how you need to go about doing it. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. And these tip, tools, and strategies that we do every Friday over here on Forward Friday. Y'all, it can also be found on Instagram, and they can also be found on YouTube. I always try to send people over to the YouTube, y'all, and subscribe to the YouTube. All right, go on over and find me on YouTube. I'm over there. Okay, so go over there and subscribe to YouTube. But let's get on with these business tips and tools and techniques when it's talking about business plans. Let me get myself out of the way. Put me all the way down here perfectly. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Maria, for inviting people. So we're going to talk about the 4 different types of business planning that they have out there, because there's so many, but there are 4 main business types. And I'm going to share that with you today, and which one you possibly will need, why you need it, what it is, and all that good stuff. All right. So let's hop into this lesson on today. Why plan? I think that is a rhetorical type question, redundant, basically. It is, but some people don't believe that they need to plan. Some people think they can just jump out and do. You can, but it helps to have a plan when things may go awry, or if changes need to be made. And so the reason why we plan is you need to communicate your vision to your employees, and that should say employees, y'all. Y'all know we always do some kooky crazy stuff, but it's all good. It'll be fixed by the time y'all see it, okay? But employees, and write down important details, y'all. Write down important details. So this is how you devise a plan. This is the first step, all right, in devising a plan before we get into the different types of plans, okay? Number 1. Is to help you communicate your vision to your employees. All right. Write down important details. Very, very important. Okay. And this is what you focus on when you're devising a plan. Strengths. Okay. That is what matters. All right. To you and the vision. What people are important to you in this vision. You have to put the people inside of the plan. Okay. You can't just throw it out there and just say, I want everybody. No, you have to put the people inside of the plan, where the important people of how this is going to move the vision. Okay. And the next thing is what you can do for them. That goes inside of the plan too. All right. Not just them, but who they are and what you can do for them. All of this gets inside of the planning. This is this part of the planning piece, which is devising the plan. Okay. This is the layout. Define success. Y'all, let me get rid of our branding stuff up here, because that is irking me. There we go. And let me move myself out of the way. I think I can take myself off of here. There we go. Let me remove me. There we go. Now I'm gone. All right. So define success. In your mind, what is success? What does success look like to you when it comes to your business, your company, your ministry, whatever? Because these plans work for any type of organization, not just a business, but we all know that there's a business side to ministries as well. So you got to define success. What does success look like to you? And what success looks like to you may not be what success looks like to somebody else. That's why every plan needs to be devised according to your structure, your organization structure. Hey, Val, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining me over here. And so you have to figure out, what does success look like to you? What do I feel like my business, my ministry, what does this look like? And so that's going to help you to devise your business plan. Now, defining success, you got to define your long-term goals. What do you want to see long-term? Okay. You got to figure out, what do you see, what you want to see long-term. Okay. Then you got to establish milestones for each one of these goals that you have for your organization, and who should be achieving that goal. Okay. If you have employees, if you one of them one people stop shops and it's just you, all right, then you are the one that has to achieve these goals, but you still have to give yourself milestones of when you need to reach each goal. It holds you accountable. A business plan will hold you accountable. Okay. And it tells you who will achieve the goals. So if you have employees, you need to write those employees into your business plan and say, you are responsible for this, and this is the time when you need to have that completed. Okay. So it helps you to delegate if you have employees, members, if you're doing a ministry type business. It helps you to delegate, because so it's not all on you. And you have to be able to put people in these positions that you trust, so you're not busy trying to micromanage, because you can't micromanage and move the mission at the same time. So you got to put trustworthy people in these positions that you know that are able and have the capabilities, all right, and the skill sets to achieve the goals that you have set out for them. Okay. Look at what drives your business. What drives your business? It could be presentation. Some people do presentations, y'all. All right. It could be that. Do conversions drive your business? All right. Does page views, y'all? Like if you got your business or your ministry on social media, which you should on all social media platforms, what is it that is going to look like success to you? Is it going to be conversion rates? All right. Or is it going to be page views? How many people have viewed the page? How many people have viewed the video, the content, or your service? Is that what is success looks like to you? Is that what it looks? Is that what drives your business? I can tell you now, for me, with my business and my ministries that are out here on these social media platforms, it's not views that drives my my ministry or my business. It is the insights. And if you've never stopped to take a look at the insights, okay, this will help you with your business plan. If you never stop to go and take a look at those insights, they're there for a reason. Those insights are going to tell you who's watching. It gives you the demographics of who's watching, who you're reaching, all right, what time they're on, where they're from. So that can help you devise your business plan, and it can help you say, okay, well, we need to be going live at this time. We need to be moving merchandise at this time. We need to shift our focus to this demographic. We need to pull back a little bit from this demographic. And so look at the insights. I don't ever look at views for me. For me, it's always my reach. All right. If you got your ministry out there or your business out there, look at how many people you are reaching. See, I'm about impact. All right. Impact is what matters to me, because as long as I'm making an impact in the lives of my target audience, then I know they're going to want what I have. Okay. They're going to want what I have. And so that's part of my business plan. And so that's one of the things. Okay. So you got to figure out what drives your business. Okay. And then this one is very important. Establish a review schedule and re-examine your goals. I just got all kind of little typos here today, but re-examine your goals. Yep, today Maria was up praying last night, but you have to do that, okay? You can't just say, I'm going to throw these goals out and this is the goal I'm going for. You have to always have a review, okay, of where you are and if you need to shift something, okay? Always, always, always. This is, I'm telling you, with your business plan, you always have to establish a review schedule. When are you going to review your business plan? When are you going to sit down and have that tough conversation and say, okay, y'all, we didn't move what we needed to move. We didn't do what we needed to do. Do we need to redo this? Do I need to remove somebody from this spot? And maybe Jimmy doesn't work well in that position, and maybe he'll thrive somewhere else. Maybe Susie, where Jimmy should be, and Jimmy is where Susie should be. Okay. And you have to re-examine those goals, and you always have to keep the mission in mind. That is your focus. You always have to keep the mission of the organization in mind. All right. That's what you have to do in order to move it. Okay. Put the plan in motion. Don't devise the plan and don't put it in motion. All right. It's easy to sit down and say, I want to do this, and this is when I want to do it. This is who I want to have it done. But if you don't put it in motion, really put it in motion, okay? Track and analyze your numbers. That's what I was just talking about, your insights. If views is you, then track and analyze your views, y'all, because sometimes views can be an indication of maybe we're not coming on at the right time. Maybe we're not selling the right stuff. If you have products and services, maybe we're not selling the right stuff, or I'm doing it at the wrong time of the month and all those different things. But you must track, and people don't like data. I'm a data person. I do research all day, every day. Okay. So I'm a data person because I understand data is what drives any business, any organization. You got to have that data. You have to. So you got to track and analyze your numbers. All right. And then you make changes as necessary. As I said, don't be afraid to make those changes. Sometimes you put people in particular places because you want them there, not because that's where they really want to be, but because you want them there because you're like, oh, I see potential, so I'm going to put them there. But potential is not what moves the mission. Potential is not what turns your profit. All right. They may have the potential, but it could be somebody that already has that skill set that you need to put there. It may not be the most popular person, but if that person has that skill set, you want to make sure the skill set and the competency is there over potential. Okay. Potential is you're still in a training type position. All right. If I'm trying to get this thing going, I'm going to need you to be over here where you can watch them do it over here so you'll know what to do. Okay. So always go for the competence part. All right. And the skill set, not just over potential. All right. Because potential doesn't move things. Potential, it really just doesn't. When you get down to the nitty gritty, all right, into the inner workings of your organization, that potential is not what's going to move it. All right. Everybody has potential. So, all right. Here we go. Now, before we get to the 4 types of planning, does anyone have any questions about why we plan? I just gave you 3 reasons why we plan. Okay. You got to devise a plan, define success, and then put it in motion. Those are the 3 things, okay, of why we need to do this. All right. Before we start talking about the 4 types of planning. Does anybody have any questions? I don't want to go past that. If someone is have some questions about what we just talked about, and I'll wait because I know Facebook is slow in doing that. Okay, if you have a question and while I'm talking, then I'll come back to it. All right, next, let's talk about these 4 types of planning. All right, the first type, operational planning. All right, this means how things need to happen. All right. Thank you, Maria. No questions. All right. This means how things need to happen. Operational planning is what most organizations run off of. This type of planning timeline right here. It's how things need to happen. All right. This is the day-to-day running of your business or organization, y'all, because some people, again, have ministries. But this is the day-to-day. This is what this one is good for. This type of plan is good for those day-to-day running of your business. And these are single use or ongoing, okay? One can be a single use. It can be just for a single occurrence, okay? A single event that you may have. This type of plan is great for that. So let's say if you have a marketing campaign going on and you're trying to get the word out, this type of plan works for that, all right? They call them single. It can be a single use or it can be ongoing, all right? So we see the marketing campaigns and things of that nature, or if it's a one-time event and you need to plan. Operational planning can also be ongoing. And this is for policies for approaching problems, y'all, okay? When you're trying to do your policies, procedures, and protocols, all right? This type of planning works for that. This type of structure in your business plan works for that. Okay. So, and proceeds for step-by-step process for if you have specific and particular objectives that you're trying to achieve, this type of planning is for that. All right. This type of business plan. So if you go to someone, they say, hey, let me see your business plan, and you don't have one, and then you go get one and they ask you, well, what type of business plan you need? If you're not sure, always go for the operational. Okay. If you're not sure, it's like, I just got a business or I just got a ministry. Go for the operational, because in that one, it can be a single use or it can be ongoing. And it's the one that's more easily modified to go with your organization, okay? More easily modify it because it's how things need to happen. And this is great for startups. If you're a startup and you're like, I'm just out here trying to see how it's going to do what it do, get an operational plan, okay? Strategic planning. Y'all already know where we're going with this. This is why things need to happen. This right here is high level, y'all. Okay. This means there's structure. Now you need the strategies for the structure. All right. This is high level. This is the overview of your entire business. All right. This is I say this is the big boy of the plan. Okay. I have this type of plan for my life coaching business because I have to be very strategic, okay, in my planning for that. So this is the type of plan that I have. Okay. Maria said yes. This is the type of plan that I have. Marcella said yes. Sorry. I just seen the M. I thought it was Maria's. Marcella said yes. This is the one that, man, your structure is together. All right. You got your people in place. You got your goals planned out and you're ready to set the thing in motion. This type of planning is great when you're operating at a high level. Okay. This is not a beginner plan. This is if you're operating at a high level, because this is the overall view of your entire business. Okay. It's foundational of organization and it dictates your long-term decisions. All right. This is not short-term. All right. This is not a short-term. You say you need help in this step. Oh, I'm going to give the information because I tried to put the information inside the slide. And for whatever reason, they wouldn't let me do it, y'all. But I'm going to give y'all the information to someone who does business plan. He has been helping the people inside of this my life coaching groups and stuff to get their plans together. I know how to do them. I'm just honest. I'm just lazy. That's not my lane. All right. But he's excellent. He's an expert at doing that. All right. And he only charges $50. So I'm just telling y'all because business plans go for like $700. So we'll get to that at the end. All right. I'm going to keep y'all with me till the end. And so strategic planning, this is why we need to do what we do. It's the big picture and it's long-term thinking. This is not for the faint at heart. Okay. It starts at the highest level and it defines your mission while you're doing vision casting. All right. While you're doing vision casting. All right. Yes, honey. Got to get it. I'm telling you, those business plans are so important, y'all. And then the reason why they're really important is sometimes if you're running a business, you get audited and they like, let me see your business plan and you don't have one, what you gonna do? They'll be like, well, how are you operating? You know, and it also helps if you are a 501c3, okay, and you're going for, or you're a nonprofit and you're going for your 501c3, those business plans come in handy when you're trying to get that. All right. So that one, the scope of this plan right here, y'all, again, like I said, this is not for the faint at heart. This is for those that are operating at a high level. The scope for this plan is 2 to 10 years. All right. This one is planned out. This is why business plan costs so much. All right. This one it has your organization planned out for the next 2 to 10 years. That's the whole scope. Where do you see your business in 2 to 10 years? And you have the milestones in there. You have, this is when we want to, I should be seeing this particular goal accomplished at the 3-year mark or the 5-year mark. And I mean, this one is, like I said, the big boy of the business plan. It's very strategic. It's very tedious, but it's strategic and it helps if you're operating at a high level. So if you have a high level type organization going on, this is the plan you need. Okay. This will help you. I'm telling you, it'll save you a big headache later. Okay, for this one. And these are the important components when you are going to look for this type of business plan, or if you're going to write it yourself. Vision, mission, values. Those are the 3 competencies of this plan. That's what you must keep in mind. That the organization go along with the vision, that it can help push that mission, but it also goes along with the core values of your core values. What are your core values? So all of these go inside of this plan. All right. And I mean, it breaks it all the way down to the nitty gritty. It can get really expensive. Like I said, most vision plans, they start like $700. Especially this type. This type could go from $700 to $1,000 because it's time, and it takes time to sit down and say, in 2 years, this is what I want to see. In 3 years, this is what I want to see, because it goes step by step. It goes year by year. You're planning for each year. Okay, all the way to 10 years. So I don't knock people when they say, I need $1,000, depending on if you pick a plan for your organization. They say, it's going to cost $1,000. It takes a lot for somebody to sit down with you and you have this information for what is your goal and what is your mission? Everything we just talked about for the first 2 years. You got to write that in there. Then what's for the next year number 3, if you accomplish, listen to me, if you accomplish, and I'm going to tell you why this plan is the big boy and why it costs so much with this next one, because they work hand in hand. All right. So you always keep in mind vision, mission, values. Okay. This is not for the startup. This is not for the startup, because when you start up, you already don't have a vision of the first 2 to 10 years. When you're a startup, you're trying to get to the first 6 months. All right, your startup is from 6 months to a year. You're trying to make it to that first year. That's why operational plan is what will help you. Okay, but this one is huge. All right, because this one you have to have this built in. Next. Tactical. What is going to happen? That you have to have that built into the strategic plan. So now that's why they cost so much, because now you got to have this part, when something's going to happen and what is happening. What is it that's going to happen? This supports that strategic plan. Okay. This one is used to outline what's in the strategic plan. All right. The scope of this one is less than 1 year. It's built in. This one supports the strategic plan. All right. It's less than 1 year. But here's the kicker. This is why it costs so much. And this is why it's built into that one, because it asks specific questions. What is your strategic goal? And it helps to accomplish the company's mission. All right. This tactical plan is only, the scope of this tactical plan is only for like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. It's only up to a year, but it's built in to your strategic plan to support when things are happening and how you're going to make them happen. This one supports that. All right. Again, and in this one, you have to ask those specific questions. This is why, again, they cost so much, because you got to have the answer. If they say you're going to accomplish this, how you going to accomplish this, who you have in this place, what is in the next plan, y'all. The 4th plan is cost so much because it upholds all the other plans. All right. It upholds all of the other plans, and it's built in to all of the other plans. So, but tactical planning is about what is going to happen. All right. At the tactical level, and it's specific short-term plans, real quick. All right. Short-term plans, but there's specific goals built in to the other one. This is where all the actual work is being done, but it's like for a year. All right. So each year you're doing this for each year. All right. Of that 2 to 10, this is where this tactical planning comes in, and you have to sit down and ask these specific questions. In the first 2 years, what are you doing? It's got to be written in. In the next 2 years, what are you doing? Okay. In the next one, what are you doing? It asks all those specific questions for each year that you are outlining in your 2 to 10 year plan. If you are operating at a high level. See, a lot of people don't get into this because it's tedious. They're like, oh my gosh, it's so boring. Yeah, but this is what makes any organization run: planning. Okay, if you don't have planning, then the plan is no good. You just got to plan it, but planning is what moves the plan. Okay, y'all. And here is my philosophy. Your plan is your first business partner. You can have that for free. Your plan is your first business partner, because that plan ain't going nowhere. You can depend on the plan if you plan it right. That's your first business partner. Your plan is the one that you can ask all these questions. The plan is the one that you say, this is what we're going to do. Your plan is your first business partner, because your plan is the one that can answer any question that you have about your business. Okay, because you put it in there. So it can tell you, this is what we said that we were going to do. So even if you are a one person and you only have just you can always sit down and say, okay, plan, let's sit down and let's talk about, we said we were going to be here and we're not there yet. So we may need to revise. Okay. Your plan is your first business partner. It always tell you what, if you're doing it right, if you missed it, if you need to recalibrate, all right, if you need to refocus on something, that, or if you need to just reset altogether, your business plan is going to tell you that. And listen, your business plan doesn't hold back. Your business plan going to give it to you straight, because it's there and it's in your face and it's visible, and you can't say, oh no, I didn't. And your business plan is saying, oh yes, you did. This is what you said. All right. So that business plan will hold you accountable. That is the partner that will hold you accountable for the things that you have laid out for your business. Okay. So that one it's different from operational planning because it's specific. This is what needs to happen. It needs to be accomplished at this time. All right. And this is the mission. We're not straying. Okay. So I love tactical planning because I'm military, but I love tactical planning. But I love the fact that it's built into the strategic plan because it takes you year by year. And you have to plan it out year by year. But it will support it, though. It'll support it. If you do it right and you write everything in it, it will support it. Right. Last but definitely not least, everybody needs this type of plan. And this one pushes all of the plans. This one is built in to all of the plans. Okay. This one is a conglomerate of every single plan, all the other three plans. This one right here, this one will cost you, but it's okay because everybody needs this type of plan. All right. This is when things need to change. If you don't have a contingency clause inside of your plan, you wrong. You need to put it in there because things need to change as seasons change, y'all, as the climate in business change. Things in your business will need to change. How you do business. Y'all see what COVID did? A lot of people didn't have a contingency plan for COVID. All right. It suddenly things can just change, and you got to have a contingency plan built into your plan. All right. Or just have a separate contingency plan in and of itself. All right. This is when things need to change. This is when unexpected events happen, unforeseen changes. There could be a death. All right. Exactly, Maria. They closed because they didn't have a contingency. They never thought that they would be shut down. They never thought people would not be able to come into the stores, all right, and purchase things. Fortunately for us, and I thank God that we're online, all right, that hers is online. Yes, we do graduations in person, but the bulk of our business is online. And so I utilized that and I kept it. And people kept saying, you need to take this out offline and do it over here and get this, and this. And I did it. And I didn't lose not one client. I didn't lose a customer. I didn't have to shut down because we were online. And everybody understood now how important it is. It doesn't matter if it's a ministry. It doesn't matter if it's a daycare. Everybody is understanding now that you have to have a presence on social media, as well as outside of social media. Okay. Because if Facebook shut down, can you still do business? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I can still do business. If social media went away, I can still do business. But if everything outside of social media shut down, and they said the only way you can do business is via social media, online. Are you prepared to do business online? Are you prepared for your ministry to be strictly online? Do you have the things set up to where you can effectively and efficiently run your business online if need be? Do you have that? Do you have a presence? Are you building up your presence on all the different platforms? Some of the platforms that people don't even think about, you may need to get a presence over there. Not saying you have to be operating over there, but have a presence over there, because you just never know. Everybody needs a contingency plan. Like I said, unexpected events. Again, we had a pandemic, a world pandemic. Nobody saw that coming. Unforeseen changes. If someone within your congregation, on your team, if someone happens to pass or someone happens to move, those are unforeseen changes. Okay, you didn't see that coming. Or they may lose their job and say, okay, I can't, I'm out of here, whatever. Okay. You just never know. Unforeseen changes. All right. And this also is great for complicated business matters and contingency planning. This is so important when you have a contingency plan, is if things get complicated and you don't want to be the one, you should have somebody designated to deal with the issue. If you say in certain moments, I need to step back, I need to take my hands off. If this happens, I cannot be the one to make this decision. Let's say if Billy Bob or whatever his name is, no offense to anybody named Billy Bob, okay? But if Billy Bob is acting up and or you have unruly employees, your contingency plan should be, you know what, as a CEO, I don't want to be involved in all of that, because I need to keep my mind on this. I need to make sure that I can put out the other fires. You need to have somebody that says, oh, I'm cool with that, I don't mind being the one. All right. You got to have that policy, procedure, and protocol person that says, because this is the policies, these are the policies, and we're going to adhere to the policy. Because sometimes as business owners, and we get close to people, and sometimes we'll be like, okay, well, I'll let that slide. I'll give you that chance and let that slide, and I'll let that slide because this, and this. You got to have those people that are saying, but what you're letting slide is not going along with what we're trying to do here. And it goes outside of the policies, procedures, and protocols that we have set for this organization. And you have to be the one to say, okay, yep, but I don't want to be the one to do it. All right. Sometimes people don't want to be the bad guy. So you got to have people in place for that says, I'm not worried about being a bad guy. I'm mission minded. I'm focused on what we're trying to accomplish. And if things are not in employees and people are not performing the way that they said that they were going to, according to the policies, procedures, and protocols, then we may have to move Billy Bob somewhere else and put, Sam in his spot. You got to have people that are willing to do that. Okay. And every successful business has those people. They have those people that they will delegate, and they say, you know what? Nope, I don't even want to touch that. I don't want the headache. That's what I have you for. And that goes back to the operational plan, where you put those people in place that says, this is the goal that we have, and this is what you are going to do to help us accomplish that goal. This is your job. Your job is to make sure that the policies, procedures, and protocols are being followed to the T. And you, as the business owner or organizational leader, have to be okay with saying, oh gosh, you got to get over that. You got to get over that, and you have to step back and say, no, I put these people in place for a reason, and now I need to allow them to do what we set out to do so that we can accomplish the mission. Is Billy Bob going to have an attitude? More than likely, because Billy Bob don't want to be removed from his position. Billy Bob don't want to be, moved into another department. Billy Bob just thinking, okay, we cool, and how you gonna try to move me and all this stuff. And that's when you got to have those people that are outside of that say, I'm not worried about that relationship piece right there. I'm worried about this. This is the plan. You got to have the people that say, we're sticking with this plan, and this is written in there. So this one is huge. Okay. The contingency plan is huge. If you don't have this built into your business plan, or if you don't have this as an amendment to your business plan and attached to it, or an annex to the business plan, then you wrong. You always got to have a contingency plan for your plan. Okay. All right. Anyone have any questions? I think we're hitting right at the time. Yep. All right. Anyone have any questions about any of the plans or how to even go about doing it? I'm going to go back to the beginning like we always do. All right. For the different types of plans. Business 101, y'all. This is business 101, but sometimes people start businesses and no one tells them this stuff and they find out when things go awry. Okay. So we're talking about the 4 types of business plans. I'm going to make myself right here to talk to you guys. There we go. The 4 types of business plans that are out there. You can put comments in the comment section. If you leave them later and I don't see them during the broadcast, I will come back after the broadcast and answer your questions via the comment section. Okay. So the 4 types of business plans, we talked about why plan. This is why you need to devise a plan. Okay. This will help you communicate your vision to your employees and to write down important details, to stick with those important details. Number 2, it helps you to define the success, all right, of your organization. What does success for you look like for your organization? Put it in motion. Don't just get a plan, y'all. Don't spend money and say, I'm getting this plan, but then you don't apply the plan, y'all. Somebody put in capital letters, apply the plan. All right. Apply the plan. Please apply the plan. Don't just get it, but apply it. All right. And then here are our 4 types of planning. Operational. This is how things need to happen. This is the best one for startups or the best one for if you don't know what type of plan you need. This one can get you started. All right. This one can get you started. Apply the plan. Strategic planning. Why things need to happen. This is the big boy. You can't just say, okay, I want this to happen, but why? The purpose is so important of why you need these things to happen. All right. Why things need to happen. Tactical planning. What is going to happen? This is where you get real specific. All right. Real specific. You have to get real specific. And this one upholds and it's written into the strategic plan. Contingency plan. This one is overall, every one of those plans should have a contingency plan written into it. Everybody. Okay. Well, I thank you guys for joining me. Like I said, anybody Q&A, anybody got any questions, comments or concerns? If you don't, I want to say thank you guys for joining me today on this episode of Forward Friday, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it was a rough start today, but we here, y'all. We here. Okay. Contingency plan. And as always, we always talk about our marketing that we have going over here on Forward Fridays, y'all. And these, because we talk about business tips, tools, techniques, strategies, all that stuff. And one of the biggest things right now is branding, y'all. I am going to be putting together a branding workshop. I'm going to be putting that together. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to do it strictly in my private group or if I'm going to do it in person as well. So I think I may do both. I may do one in a private Facebook group and see how it goes and then go from there and do one in person. But I will be doing a branding workshop. There will be a branding workshop coming. And if you are interested in branding, if you need to get your branding together, if you say, I don't even know if I'm branded or not, if I am branded, I don't know if I'm branded the right way, y'all reach out and grab our books that we have on branding. Let me bring myself closer so y'all can see this. All right. Here we go. So that you can get your branding together, y'all. Build your brand and the branding blueprint workbook, y'all. I'm telling you, they go hand in hand. And entrepreneurs of all different sizes of organizations have been reaching out. They've been getting this and the feedback has been phenomenal. And that, you know, I've had testimonials where they say, I didn't know what I was doing with branding. And they have been in business for 10 years. And they was like, and this is why I couldn't understand why I wasn't getting the feedback and wasn't getting the engagement that I thought I needed and the profits. And so they started to apply the methods and the things that I have in there, and business is booming. And so that's what we do. We want to help your business boom. All right. But if you want autographed copies, reach out to me. All right. On this live, you can reach out and you can put in the comment section that says, oh yeah, I need those, and then I can give you the information. And if you don't want an autographed copy, you can go over to Amazon. They're over on Amazon, and you can follow my author page on Amazon. I'm going to put it in the comment section, and I'm going to pin it. And you can go over there and look at all of the books that I have over there, and something may be of use and beneficial to you over there. But definitely, if you are a business and you're like, man, my branding is messed up, or we need to rebrand, get those books. I'm telling you, they will help you. They will definitely help you. Everybody that has done it, they have saw a big difference in their business. Thank you, Maria. Yep, this is great information. Sometimes we work out of order putting together, a business plan when you don't know the steps to take. Thank you so much. And I'm telling you, and like I said, I write business plans, I do business plans, but I stopped doing it because it takes me a lot. Okay, that's just not my lane. Okay. It's not my lane. I don't want to do it. I had to do it for my own business. And I was like, oh my God, this is a lot. And I was like, no, I'm not going to be doing this. I was like, somebody else's grace to do that. And God has really been so good to put someone in our path that is their thing, and that's what they do, and they do it at a very, very special rate. And so he does it. I'm trying to see if I can get it in it won't let me do it over here, but I will post it up, y'all, on my page, on my life coaching page, on this page. I will post that flyer up to that information for the person that gave us that information. And he does business plans for $50, and he does SWOT analysis too, y'all. Okay. If you've never had a SWOT analysis done, you may want to get one done. That thing breaks your business down. It tells you your strengths. It tells you your weaknesses, all of that stuff. And he is very, very reasonable, and he's a man of God. And so if you worried about that, he knows what he's doing. And so we are so grateful for him. And just tell him I sent you. Just tell him Dr. K sent you, and he'll hook you up. But be looking on the page for the information to get that, because this won't let me pull it up. I tried a couple of times, and it won't let me. It keeps saying something about the structure of the photo, but it's all good. It's all good. So I'll post all of that on this life coaching page, and also with his name, where you can reach out to him personally, and he will hook you up. Okay, he'll hook you up. But if you've never had a SWOT analysis done for your business, I advise you to get one and to do it. Okay. But yeah, it talks about your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats to your business or organization, whatever you want to call it. Okay. All right, everybody. Okay. Well, we are done. We are out of here, y'all. And I thank you. Thank you for joining me today for another episode of Forward Friday, y'all. We're going to keep these going. If there's a topic, a business topic that you said, man, I need somebody to kind of break this down to me, because I don't know if I'm doing this right. I don't know how to go about this. Send it to me. Okay, y'all. Send the information. Put it in one of these Forward Fridays, and I'll look into the topic and research it, and then we'll come over here and we can do a Forward Friday on it. Okay. It doesn't matter what topic, as long as it's business related. That's what we do. Tips, tools, strategies, y'all, over here, and techniques. All right. So let's go out the same way we came in. Thank you, guys. And I'll see you next Friday, same time, same line, for Forward Friday. I'll see y'all later. Everything you